their playthrough. Um, just one thing I noticed looking at the witch doctor through this menu. I mean, I don't want to sound racist here, but if he were wearing and that's it, it would look really, really racist. But guess it's a good thing that he's not, right? He also looks like he's wigged out on drugs or something with the way that he keeps moving his hand. No? Too much? Okay. So here we are back at the Cemetery of the Forsaken, right where we left off last night. Man, these spiders are scary. All right.
Need more time.
So once again, the question arises: how did all of this happen? Now I know we get an answer from a certain character later. And I won't say what or who it is for the sake of avoiding spoilers, even though I just kind of dropped one. Sorry about that. But but my question is, for those of you who know, how does that work? Can you guys explain that to me, or? Because I mean, honestly, I'm kind of wondering about it myself. But then I haven't really played it. I haven't. Ah, man. How do I word this?
I will enjoy this.
I haven't. I haven't been at that point of dialogue for a while. Where is this guy getting all of these jars? +6 intelligence, 50. I guess that makes sense. +7% gold from monsters. It is greater armor. Yeah, it's definitely greater armor, but lesser buffs. Hmm. Armor isn't everything. Have to sell that. If anyone happens upon this playthrough and decides that they're interested and you want me to do a different character, go ahead and drop a suggestion in the comments. I don't really mind starting over or starting with the new character, long as it's a different character type, of course. This is one long corridor. Alright, almost at level 11.
The spirits smile upon me.
Ooh, dire bats.
The crown is not here. I will seek it in
Plague
another
of
crypt.
Toads. Ooh, that is an interesting one. Sorry, I guess I'm a little bit out of it tonight. Ooh, whoa, that is a... Okay, toad bombs, sure. Fire bats, dire bats. Interesting. So, the dire bats rune summons larger bats that travel farther and damage all enemies in their paths. It's pretty cool. We'll go with that. Treasure goblin. See, we know where the undead come from, but the question is, where do all the rest of the beasts come from? Where do the goblins come from? Why are the goblins attracted to treasure? I realize most people don't really care too much about that, but it's just an interesting thing for me. I think that treasure goblin just got away. Nope, there he is. Get back here, buddy. Not done with you yet.
Time for a challenge.
Aww. Man, I don't know, I'm not really feeling the witch doctor, but I suppose it is what it is, right? Of course, that's just for his play style, and he feels a little bit on the weaker side for me. Ooh. Okay, and now he has boots. Awesome. Honestly, it'd probably be really hazardous to walk in a land like this without shoes, or at least some sort of foot protection. I mean, especially in a place like this where you have literal undead walking about, all of that bacteria, those germs, you could get really sick. And I'm not trying to sound geeky or nerdy there.
The crown will not be found in this crypt, I think.
Here's another one. Maybe if I had had this weapon earlier, I'd have had that treasure goblin. That's going to frustrate me for a while. Well, we got a veiled crystal. It's always good. I wonder how many of those I have in my other files. Y'all are going down, ghosties. Retching cadaver. Oh, man. See what I mean by bacteria and the like? You have bacteria, viruses. I don't know if you'd have microscopic life forms. I mean, but then, isn't bacteria also considered a microscopic life form? And if viruses are different from bacteria, then are they also called microorganisms? Oh my goodness. I got that from a textbook. Am I just realizing a pun from like... I don't even know. Jeez. I was back in middle school. The Revenant. Man, see, I love these guys. What are their backstories? Where do they come from? Those are the main things that really interest me about the maps in this game. Where are all of these mini-bosses coming from? What and who are they? Why do they exist? Can't beat me. Oh, my zombie dogs just hit me. Ooh, pants. When you loot pants off of a dead body, that's pretty sad. Just looking for protection here, right?
The way opens before you.
Level up. Ooh, what's that? What does that do? Ooh, that is really neat. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that one. Really like that one. So, I just got this ability called Hunt, in which I summon a spirit that hunts an enemy, and if that enemy dies, then the spirit hunts another enemy. I want to see how that goes about. I've also unlocked another active rune, or not rune, skill called Horrify, which channels the horrors of the unformed land and frighten nearby enemies. The rune I got for zombie dogs, your zombie dogs gain an infectious bite that poisons enemies. Well, I'm more interested in the Horrify, but this one seems a little bit more useful. Then again, alright, I'm gonna try out the Horrify. If I don't like it, I'm gonna go back with the zombie dogs. Whoa, what was that? That was pretty. Huh, that was cool. That is so cool. That was really useful. Oh man, that is terrifying. Could you imagine being in a dark corridor like this and seeing something green, small, and slimy just hopping after you? You can't really see it because of how dark it is, and then you hear a croak and you realize it's just a frog. But then you see like these purple bitten up creatures chasing after you, and you also hear these ghastly moans, and they sound like they might be barking or something, but you're really not sure. In part because you're terrified, in part because the barking sounds, I wouldn't call it barking, because the noise is really ghastly and tired and exhausted. You can barely make out what it is, but it's almost reminiscent of a bark, of a dog's bark. And there's 3 of these things chasing you. That'd be pretty scary, wouldn't it? Of course. Then you have the people who would stop and pet the dog. Who knows? Maybe it'd be loyal to them. I do not have the key for this. Ooh, alright, well, that's 24 minutes in. I didn't find the goal. Sorry about that, but I'm gonna cut it here. Y'all have a good night, and enjoy the rest of your week.